All right, people, what is going on? I hope you guys are doing well. Waiting for the injury report to hit a little bit later today. But before we get there, we've got some stuff that we like to take care of on Wednesdays. We're going to take a look at college football, take a look at some prospects, take a look at some of the top performers at certain positions from last week. You guys know the drill. You guys know what it's all about. This video, we're going to do the offense. We'll do a video probably tonight to do the defense. And just trying to get a feel for where we're headed for this upcoming 2026 NFL draft. And the running back position was a little bit stronger this week. So that's good. Running back wasn't great the last couple weeks, although I will say the offensive line, at least the stuff that I'm looking at, not so great. So there was a little bit of a trade-off here. But let's open up with the running backs right after the break. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you guys about Sleeper. I'll tell you a little secret as well. It's more than just a platform for fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users have enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but there's so much more to it. You have live stats, real-time updates of all stats. You have a news feed with lightning-fast updates on players and teams, and a real-time chat where you can engage with other users about plays, performances, games, all kinds of stuff during the sports season. So download Sleeper, experience it for yourself, and don't forget to use my promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit, and pair that with their new promo that will give you a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. So you can use both of those promos. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and going. So check out Sleeper today and use those promos. All right, so running back, we're going to start with the guy that remains the top back in this class, Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love. And I'm going to say it again, man. If Seattle ends up with a really late first-round pick and Jeremiah Love is there, that is not something I'm against. And you guys know how I feel about running backs, but Jeremiah Love, he's that good, I think. So 23 carries, a $147 and a touchdown. Also had a couple catches for 20 yards, 81.1. As this season wears on, it feels like he's getting stronger and stronger, and pretty much every week it feels like, even though there's another good running back in that backfield at Notre Dame with Jadarian Price, you can just count on him for big production almost every week now, and I'm a fan. I like what he's doing, and I have a feeling he's going to make an NFL team very happy, even in the first. LJ Martin, BYU, he's made this series a few times already. 88 yards on the ground with a touchdown, also 34 yards through the air. 25 touches total, had about, 120 yards from scrimmage, 72.2. Good stuff from him. Jamari Taylor, I think we've had him once or twice before, but he's getting better as the season wears on here. 133 and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Did have a drop, but he also had a catch for 25 yards, so over 150 yards from scrimmage. 70.5 on the PFF scale. Patron Allen, though, may have had the most productive day of any running back on this list. I think there were a couple guys for smaller schools that had like 300 yards rushing this week, but in terms of the big guys, Patron Allen, Penn State, almost 200 yards from scrimmage on 27 touches, 2 touchdowns, 87.7. So hard to beat that. Obviously, bad year for Penn State, but Patron Allen still going to be a coveted day 2 pick, I believe. And I believe this is a new one. I don't think we've talked about him before. Marcellus Hawkins of Vatech. Kind of a new name here. Not somebody that's gotten a lot of press. So we got a couple of intriguing, probably day 3 running backs in that state of Virginia. Had 100 yards on the ground on only 12 carries, so ultra efficient. 83.5 PFF grade. So definitely bringing some things to the table here that are good. Marcellus Hawkins, remember that name when we get into day 3 running backs. Okay, wide receiver, we got a pretty good group this week as well. A bunch of 100-yard guys. Not Malachi Fields, though. He stopped at 99. But he did throw in 2 touchdowns, 7 catches, 9 targets. And remember, that Notre Dame team, they're more of a running team. So Malachi Fields gets 99 yards. Those are hard-earned 99 yards because that Notre Dame team, not really known for airing it out. And they won in blowout fashion, so they're really not going to air it out in a game like this. So 83.5. KC Concepcion for Texas A&M in that part of that legendary comeback they had. 4 touchdowns in the second half. 7 catches, 158 yards, 11 targets. Still really efficient on a yards per target basis. 76.5 PFF. Had to put Nick Harbor here. I know it's only 3 catches, but one of them was an 80-yard touchdown. And, I mean, bottom line is Nick Harbor, they're going to compare him to DK Metcalf, and there's a reason why. There's a lot of similarities here to a DK Metcalf. There's a lot of the same things here. And look, DK Metcalf for 35 million, 30 whatever it is, 34 million a year. Maybe not so great, but you get a DK Metcalf on a rookie deal. Maybe you find a little bit more of a second tier contract for him down the line. You're going to be happy with what you get. So, yeah. Nick Harbor, South Carolina, 80-yard touchdown very early in that game. Almost led a massive upset. He's not going to put up the numbers, but as far as athleticism goes and potential, he's going to be way up there. 71.6 for him. Makai Lemon of USC, awesome game for him. 10 catches, 10 targets, 153 yards, and a touchdown. So you throw him the ball, he's bringing it in. 85, he's having an awesome season. And I'm really liking where this is headed with Makai Lemon personally. I don't think Seattle's going to really have a chance to get him, but he is very, very intriguing. And final guy, Eric Rivers, on a Georgia Tech team that typically is not super pass happy. They kind of had to be in that game, and they actually had 200-yard receivers. One of them being Eric Rivers, and he's the guy who is currently expected to be at least something of a 2026 draft prospect. 7 catches, 119 yards, 79.5 PFF, 9 targets. Again, Georgia Tech, they're not a big pass-happy team, so when a receiver on Georgia Tech beasts it up, you got to pay attention. Okay, not a lot in the offensive line this week, but let's talk about what there is to talk about. Ipani Laolulu of Oregon. It kind of feels like cheating to have an Oregon offensive lineman here sometimes because every week they look good because their offense is so good, but Laolulu will be a probably day 2 pick. No pressures allowed. Oregon ran for about 180 yards, 6 yards a carry, 73.1. And this is going to be a late round sleeper guy here, Pat Coogan of Indiana. He's coming on strong lately. I don't think he's going to work his way up beyond sleeper territory, but he is part of a very good offense. Didn't allow any pressures. Now, Indiana couldn't really run the ball, but there are a few different reasons why that is. Not the least of which is that this week Mendoza got sacked a lot. 83.8. Right guard, a couple of familiar faces here. Cade Piper of Iowa. Iowa ran the ball effectively, 183 yards, no pressures allowed, 72 PFF. And Kean Rutledge actually makes the list this week, even though he was dinged for a sack in that Georgia Tech game. But here's the thing. Georgia Tech still ran the ball for 257 yards, and he's at the head of that spear. 6.1 yards a carry, 79.5 PFF. So you do that, we're going to let 1 sack slide just a little bit. All right. That's it for the offense. See you guys later. Go Hawks.